thanks for joining me. Okay, so what am I doing today? I'm using the Kasiercraft Flowering Natures collection, and I'm doing something a little bit different for me. I'm doing some triangles on the page, and I ended up going around the edge of these with iced spruce, but it didn't work out so well. It wasn't dark enough for me. So I ended up going around it with the colour Soot, the Distress Ink Soot. Now, here's some feedback that I actually haven't heard on anybody else's channel before. I found that the soot, if you look on the page at the moment, have a look down under where my hand is. This black soot just got everywhere. It was really frustrating, and it didn't matter. I thought it was because I went around that photo mat and I distressed the edges. I thought it was from that. No. I don't know if my ink pad is just really juicy or what the deal is, but wasn't real happy with it. It's definitely not one I'm going to use to go around my edges with. Yeah, I really wasn't happy with it. Now, so the photos that I'm actually scrapping today is just a photo of my beautiful daughter and my other daughter's dog, Gizmo, or G-Man we sometimes call him. And we just decided that I just thought these photos looked really cute with this paper pack, to be quite honest with you. Now, these triangle pieces, basically what I did, and I probably should have videoed it, but I didn't flick the camera on until I was almost done. And so basically what I did was I cut the triangle I actually used the edge of my cutting mat, believe it or not, because it's 17 inches across. So I go from corner to corner on that, and I can get the diagonal across a 12 by 12, and I just use that as a rough guide. That's how I get mine. I don't know how other people do it. I don't have a gigantic 18-inch ruler, so this is the way I went ahead, and I did distress the edges a little bit. Now this is very much paper. It's not cardstock, so I had to be super gentle with it. See all these bits that I'm just getting rid of now? There was like the black soot ink on them. It was like going everywhere. I thought that I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. I ended up going around it with the black, but see how it's literally getting everywhere. I assume it's just because the ink pad is really, really juicy and it will settle down, because I haven't had this issue with any other colour that I've used. And as you can see, I've only bought the minis. I haven't bought the big. I've got some of the larger ink pads, but I bought the full set of the minis. So, to be completely honest with you, the black one, mate, did it get messy. Wasn't real happy with it. So what's the next thing I want to talk to you about? I am thinking about having a giveaway. I know I don't have that many subscribers, but you know what? I don't need 1,000 subscribers to give something away. I can give something away whenever I like. So, I'm going to make this for my Australian subscribers, because I have no idea what the postage would be for this to go overseas. So I'm going to make it for Australian subscribers only, and all I want to do is, well, actually I need to get your ideas. If I've got myself a Uniquely Creative sparkle brush in silver, and I've got a set of metal dies, and somehow I ordered extras. I don't know why I did it, but anyway, doesn't matter. I can give them away. That's my privilege. I can do that. So I'm thinking of running a little competition. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. This is not, obviously, this is just coming out of my pocket. This is not sponsored. There's no affiliation links. This is just purely from me to you to say thank you for coming to my channel and liking and subscribing and liking my videos and leaving me comments. I am really appreciating that. I'm loving it. So look at that black ink on there. Oh, that is so frustrating. Okay, this is the first time I've used the small easy tape runner, the small one. Love it, love it, love it. It glides beautifully and it's super, super stiff. I mean, I got the permanent one. I've never really understood why we use non-permanent ones. I guess if you want to be able to move things around, but I don't do that. So just letting you know, if you're looking for a tape runner that does come, you can buy refills for it. If you're trying to be at least slightly environmentally friendly, this one is brilliant. I love it. I've used it a couple of times. So this is what I decided to do. I had arrows in my head when I was doing this. So I ended up doing, it kind of still looks a bit arrowy, which is good. And I wanted to keep, I really liked, okay, so in this paper pack, I'm trying to think of what the plants are called. I actually have no idea what they're called. They're Australian natives, I can tell you that much. They're like they sort of look like a bottle brush, but more like a gum, it's not a gum either. It's something, I don't know. But the flowers in this particular pack, I'm not being mean to anybody, but I can't use them. I have no clue how to use those on a layout. I really have no idea. I can use, I like florals, as I've said, but gee whiz, these ones are huge and the colours aren't really something. Maybe I could challenge myself to use them somehow. I don't know how I'm going to use them, but I can think of something. But yeah, stay tuned and maybe I'll try and figure out how to use these things, because I've got them in the cut file, the die cut pack, as well as on the paper. So the reason I cut this in the triangle and the arrows, the way I've done it, I'm waffling so bad. The reason I did it like that is because I like the flowers. You can see the flower in the slightly darker. It's slightly darker on the white paper. Well, on the opposite diagonal corner, they've got the flower in the green and the pink. And I think there's a little bit of red on it as well, from memory. Anyway, I digress. So I will endeavour to try and use them on something. I'm going to challenge myself. Why not? So then I was thinking about putting the photo up high. I don't know why. That would have been so unbalanced. But it come together. I even got ink on the photo. Seriously, it had heaps of time to dry. This is in fast forward, okay? So this is 2 times fast, I think. So it had plenty of time to dry. Can you see any of the flowers? Look how big those butterflies are. How in God's green earth am I supposed to use that? Does anyone else have this issue with things that are huge? Like they're massive. I don't know how you're supposed to use them. Incredibly frustrating. Even though it's Australian stuff and it's beautiful, but it's okay. Look at that. With the magic of television, I've edited and I've managed to figure out a way to create a bit of a cluster. with these giant butterflies. There's the flower. Okay, right there. If you can tell me what that flower is up the top of that tag, it comes with they're the flowers that are on this pack or this collection. I keep saying pack. It's a pack. It's not a pack. It's a collection. So I ended up, I was just putting glue on that. That looked really awkward, but that's what I was doing. This twine that I used, I was too lazy to pull my twine box out, so I grabbed what I could reach and I gave it a tug, and that's what came out. And unfortunately, it's like a crochet cotton, and it unravels itself. It's quite frustrating. But, hey, I still used it. I'm not throwing it out. I'm a crafter through and through. I'll use it on something. Okay. So, I pulled out a doily. Where'd I get the doily from? No idea. I went through a thing a while ago where I was buying doilies from here, there, and everywhere. Some of them from the $2 shop. Actually, maybe I got that from a scrapbooking shop down at, let me think. It used to be down at North Lakes, and it's not in North Lakes anymore. It's moved, and it's actually, I think maybe they closed down completely. I'm not sure. But you know, the whole online thing during COVID. Do you still have a scrapbooking store that you go to that you love? I loved that one, but I'm probably one of the people that tipped it over the edge because I started ordering everything online because, you know, immune compromised, all that sort of stuff. So, COVID times. Hasn't COVID done a number on us, hey? I actually went this morning and my daughter had a badge ceremony, or what do they call it these days? They call it a, I can't think what they call it. It's a big technical word. It's a badge ceremony. She's in primary school. Let's call it for what it is. And it was the saddest thing I've ever been to. I'll be honest with you. It was really bad. My two older children had tea and biscuits and whatnot afterwards, and they had, you know, they made a real fanfare. They took photos of everyone. Don't mind me here. I'm deciding whether I'm going to cut these out or not. Squirrel. Okay, so I ended up going to this this ceremony this morning so Jen could get her badge and see her best friend, get her vice school captain badge and all the rest of it. And we got there. I'm not kidding, 30 minutes it was done. And I'm like, well, where's the photos? Like, normally they do photos and stuff after. So, you know, they get all the kids together. Like Jen's in student council and she's an active leader. So she's in 2 separate groups. So they take separate photos. They didn't even do that today. It was really sad. Really feel for this cohort of kids. They seem to have missed out on a lot of things. Although they did get their camping. They got that. That was good. Even though there was COVID case, that was a bit scary, but that's all right. All good. Everyone appears to have come out the other side of it, which is good. Now, what am I doing? Okay, I left this in here to show you I do fussy cut, and I do it online. Sometimes I do it on camera. But I just find watching people fussy cut is so boring. But I left it in because I did have someone say to me, are these die cuts or are you cutting them out? And I'm like, I appreciate you saying that I can cut out really well, but no, they're not die cuts. So this is how I do butterflies. So if you watch how I see, when I cut it down, it was okay. So these 2 little tiny ones, I was able to use those. Although the one thing I'll give Kasiercraft, when they do die cuts or cutouts or punch outs of any description, the quality is amazing. It is so good. So So good. Now, see, I find this so boring. I really do. Cutting out a butterfly. How exciting. What am I doing for the rest of the week? What's my plan? Okay, so I am going to endeavour to work myself to a point where I'm able to put up a video every other day. So if you want to be notified in regards to this, my videos, hit the notification bell, subscribe. A like goes a long way for me as well. I really, truly appreciate all of that. I really do. I mean, just views on its own, because I'm really struggling. Where do you find your videos from? Because I feel like I'm spamming the heck out of a couple of pages on Facebook, like groups. They're scrapbooking groups, so obviously people on there are looking for scrapbooking ideas. So it's all appropriate, but I'm just concerned that I'm spamming and people are just going to get sick of seeing it, but I don't know how else to promote my videos. So if you've got any ideas for me, I would really appreciate that. If you either leave it in the comments, or I've got my email linked, you can chuck me an email. I'm not I'm not so what this channel is for, I am not trying to make money out of this channel. I'm trying to have something that's informative for people. So, new scrappers and stuff coming. I met one today actually. People that are just getting into it. You're not always going to watch a video and like everything that you see, but you're going to pick up pieces of each video that you like. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to show you guys the bits and pieces, the things behind closed doors. Like this here, like I'm inking around the edges of these thickers. These are thickers, they're called Campfire. I bought them ages ago. They're nice and hard, so I was actually able to ink them really easily. And yes, I'm using the Soot ink. Can you believe I'm still using it? You think I would have pulled out my VersaFine or something. But made the edges darker, which helped it sort of pop a little bit more, which was good. I wasn't going ridiculous with it, but yeah, so I did that. So if you've got any ideas for me, I would love that. I was thinking of doing a little heap of short little videos, really quick ones, just showing a technique. I've got a million techniques in my mind, and instead of being full scrapbooking layouts, just show you the technique that can be used on a layout. If that's something that you think would be good, I would love you to just comment good down the bottom, and then I'll know what that's about. That would be amazing. So I'm going to, let me think, I'm going to do another layout shortly. So maybe I'll do a couple of those smaller ones and see if that's something that you're interested in. I know a lot of people, I have had a couple of comments of people saying they want me to leave the whole video there instead of editing it out. I'm not sure if that's what everybody wants, but I'm happy to do it that way if that's how people want it. But I'll just put it in fast forward so that it doesn't drag on for 40 minutes or whatever. I mean, if I did this in real time, sometimes I can smash out a page and it takes me an hour. Start to finish, from thought process to completion. But I can also tell you it can take me an entire day to even get the concept going. So real time's not really practical when it comes to YouTube, and I'm not sure that it would be riveting viewing watching me change my mind every 5 seconds. But if that's the education process that you want, more than happy for that to happen. And I'd really like to say like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm planning on getting at least a video up every other day now. And last week I did have a consignment order, and when I'm doing consignment stuff that I'm being paid for a customer, I don't video that stuff. So, and the ideas that they get are completely their own. So I don't take photos or anything. So sometimes if you notice that there's a video hasn't gone up, that's probably what I'm doing. Check me out on my socials, Facebook and Instagram, for upcoming videos and ideas. Message me, all at Create with Karen. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and bye guys.